The press release clarified issues relating to the nature of the National Cathedral, on whether it is a private or public project, and also on the legality of the disbursement of state funds, including seed money to the National Cathedral project, the status and membership of the trustees, the status of the construction, and the state of financing and fundraising. On the nature of the National Cathedral, the Secretariat clarified that following elaborations on the project, three main reasons were highlighted as the rationale for the project, namely, as gesture of thanksgiving, symbol of the Christian presence and contributions to the nation, and a personal pledge to God. The Secretariat believes that out of these three reasons, the personal pledge has been associated with the cathedral as a private project that needed to be developed without state support. But for the Secretariat, the National Cathedral is a national monument and thus a public, not private project. It argues that legally, the National Cathedral of Ghana is a state-owned company limited by guarantee and was incorporated under the Companies Act 1963, Act 179 on July 18, 2019. The Secretariat hopes this brings to closure the seemingly vexatious issue of whether the National Cathedral is a private or public initiative. On issue relating to the disbursement of funds from the state, the Secretariat clarified that the President proposed a partnership between the state and the Ghanaian Christian community at home and in the diaspora to develop it. They say within the partnership, the role of the state was specified as follows: appointment of the architect and design team, the land and its preparation, setting up and equipping the Secretariat, and seed money. For the Secretariat, the release of seed money, as the Finance Minister indicated in a recent interview, is a practical response to the commitment made by the state to the National Cathedral project. The Secretariat explains that the payment to the consultants, Ajay Associates, is based on a contract signed in August 2019 between Ajay Associates and the President and the Office of the President. These payments, according to them, represent the fulfillment of the state's commitment in the appointment of architect and design team and is separate from the seed money for the construction of the edifice. The Secretariat further explains that following the signing of a letter of intent between the Board of National Cathedral and the contractors, negotiations for the release of part of the seed money promised by the state was concluded, and the first tranche of the seed money, the cedi equivalent of $25 million, representing 10% of the total cost of the project at the time, was released on November 25, 2020. The statement further assures that all disbursements from the state to the National Cathedral have been done based on the framework of the state's participation in the project. The Secretariat further clarifies that the second tranche of seed money of 25 million Ghana cedis was released in May 2022 to pay contractors. On the status and membership of the trustees of the cathedral, the Secretariat indicated that the cathedral was registered as a company limited by guarantee to be used as the instrument for the construction and management of the National Cathedral. They say the company was legally registered on July 18, 2019. According to the Secretariat, the Board of Trustees had to be registered as the directors of the company. However, a member of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Mensa Otabo, the General Overseer of the International Central Gospel Church, had indicated that he couldn't give the needed attention to the project, so didn't register. The Secretariat clarified that Dr. Mensa Otabo did not resign from the board as been alleged, but excused himself at the point of registration of the directors in July 2019.